So with the Star Wars franchise going full cinematic universe now, with main films and spin-offs and prequels and all that, I think it'll be interesting to see if this beloved series can be sustained outside the main Skywalker storyline. So now that the first Star Wars story is out, let's talk about Rogue One.
You wanna get out of here?
Our rebellion is all that remains to push back the Empire.
And as I usually do for these reviews, I'm going no spoilers to start off with, and then with fair warning later on, I'll get into the spoilers. Alright, Rogue One. First off, what did I like? The cast is great here, and also extremely diverse. Like, this is the most diverse cast I think I may have ever seen in a huge blockbuster like this. Felicity Jones is pretty good as Jyn Erso. Based on the trailers, I was a bit concerned with her performance, since she seemed to deliver each line in the exact same way.
This is a rebellion, isn't it? What is this? Yes, sir. I rebel.
But in the movie, she was actually pretty good. Diego Luna, Jang Wen, Riz Ahmed, and Forrest Whitaker were pretty solid. It was cool to see Mess Mikkelsen in another major tentpole movie. But the three that really stood out to me were Ben Mendelsohn as Director Krennic. He just really chewed up the scenery in every scene he was in, and I enjoyed that. I also really liked Alan Tudyk as K2SO. He was great. And by far the standout to me was Donnie Yen as Chirrut, I believe? This name. I don't remember how they said it in the movie. Coolest character in the film. He had some awesome moments, some heartfelt moments, and some really funny lines. Definite favorite character for me. The next best thing this film is going for it is the action and the visual effects, because they're both incredible. Especially towards the end, the action is amazing. It's grounded, it's dirty, it's different from the usual Star Wars films. Yes, you still get some of that classic Star Wars, but seeing this more on-the-ground Star Wars stuff with just regular guys, where some magic force power isn't going to come in and save everyone, that stuff was awesome. There's one part on the beach battle where the AT-AT enters it, and that moment was just fantastic. The music here is also great, as is to be expected from Star Wars, and the direction by Gareth Edwards is phenomenal. Like I've said before, Edwards does really well with scale, like we saw in Godzilla, and this is more true than ever here. The Death Star feels huge in this. Besides that, this is also just a really well-shot, beautiful film. And it nails the 70s Star Wars feel, while also making this feel modern. Like, it's got that 70s tech and those 70s sets that feel very original Star Wars-y, but they also feel like they've got a $200 million budget behind them. It's a weird balance, but it works really well here. The movie also has one or two emotional scenes, one especially towards the end. There's some funny moments, and for fans of Star Wars, there's quite a bit of fan service here. More on that in the spoiler section. Now, this movie isn't perfect, by any stretch. Enjoyable, yeah. Flawless, no. Firstly, while I liked most of the characters, we didn't really get a lot of backstory or characterization for any of them besides Felicity Jones. Like Donnie Yen and his friend, there's a whole story waiting to be told about them that we just didn't get. And Diego Luna, he seems like he should have more to him, but it was just never explored. I know a film can only be so long, and you don't want to get bogged down in each character's backstory, but just something more than what we got would have made me care more about these characters. Also, some of the pacing was weird, mainly in the first act, and related to that, some of the reshoots this film had are a bit noticeable. There are things that seem like they're going to be major plot points that pop up and then just never show up again, like Forrest Whitaker's mind-reading tentacle slug creature. That's an example of something that had literally no effect on the film. You could have cut it out and nothing would have changed. Why was it there? And ultimately, I kind of just left the cinema a bit disappointed. I was like, yeah, I like that, but I just didn't really feel blown away or even really satisfied like after I saw The Force Awakens. Now, before I get into the spoilers, I'll just wrap this up. In conclusion, this is a pretty great fun watch. If you're a big Star Wars fan, you'll absolutely love this. If you're more of just a casual moviegoer, I think you can still have a pretty good time with this. As someone who kind of falls in the middle of those, I like this. Not perfect, but pretty good. I'll give Rogue One, a Star Wars story, a 7.9 out of 10. Alright, we're gonna get into the spoilers now. If you haven't seen Rogue One yet, come back to this video when you have. Okay, first off, the elephant in the room, Darth Vader. He was awesome. His first scene with Ben Mendelsohn was really great, and there was a lot of symbolism. James Earl Jones' voice was still perfect. It was great. And after that, I thought, okay, it was cool to see Vader again. I guess that was it. Fine. But then he shows up again at the end and just starts cutting down rebels, and that was incredible. He's cutting through them with his lightsaber, he's force choking them onto the ceiling. Absolutely amazing to watch, and I imagine totally mind-blowing for hardcore Star Wars fans. Speaking of which, like I said, there is a lot of fan service and Easter egg type stuff in here. Just a couple that I picked up on. I like the "I've got a bad feeling about this" nod.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Tarkin showed up in this. The fact that he was pretty much entirely CGI was a bit distracting, especially at the start. A friend who I saw this with compared it to Polar Express, which I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, those special effects are far from perfect. Same with Leia at the end. I was like, that looks really close to Leia, but there's just something off about it. Also, to me, C-3PO and R2-D2's cameo was kind of forced and just came out of nowhere. Now, as far as the character deaths, well, there were a lot. I made some bets going in with my friends on who I thought would die. I'm putting this in my review, right? So listen up, boys. I'm willing to bet you $10 that this guy dies.
Nah, I think this guy's gonna.
Donnie Yen is gonna die, and you know what? So is him.
You know,
Who's
man,
that
I
guy?
think Forrest Whitaker is gonna die.
Forrest Whitaker's not gonna. Forrest Whitaker will literally never die.
She does
Who is
not
that
look
guy?
nice.
Who are you pointing at?
The guy that looks like Edward Norton.
He's Diego Luna? Donnie Yen is going to get slaughtered in this film. Yes, $10. And as it turns out, I guess I was right, because pretty much everyone in the film died. While I didn't cry or anything, that ending with Felicity Jones and Diego Luna on the beach was pretty powerful, not gonna lie. So those were my thoughts on Rogue One. What did you think of it? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, check out my Instagram and Twitter at BHL_Hudson, and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.